just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
Time running out here on the play clock. On 1st and 10, Locke. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big gain there on the first play of the game. 45 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now Griffin on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. So still in search of the first down after that last completion. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Play action. It's Griffin. Backing up. Going for the deep ball. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. On first down, it's Locke. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. He finds some open field here. Past the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Holding offense.
And, of course, the defense is going to accept this penalty. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And they'll go on the ground. Room here to run. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down, here's Griffin. Finding time. All kinds of time. He's going to let this one go deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And room there to work it inside the 25. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
He's got time in the pocket. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. Griffin now to throw on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. Will tie the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now the Browns defensive unit trots back out. See if they can regroup a little bit. They gave up the touchdown last drive.
And you know from our meetings with coaches all across the league, one of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset. Let's start over, coach. Out of the first 2 series, they don't even matter now. Let's play again. That's not how it works. You're down. You gave up a touchdown. You can't do it again. You have to dig in, grit it out, and fight it out. Reset buttons. It's driving everybody crazy. There are no reset buttons when you're playing in this game.
Preach, Chucky. Preach.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Now it's Locke. We're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Fresh set of downs here. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because they'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Play action. It's Locke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Carlos Williams. His first touchdown on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a first down throw. Locke. Wide open receiver complete. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their big-bodied receiver with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. And his kick is good. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up now with the clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
So we played one quarter here on a Monday night. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. A gain of 3, second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
On second down, Griffin is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely, to bring him down. That was a nice game.
Tackle made there by Zach Brown. See if they stay on the ground for second down. From the shotgun, Griffin. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
To throw is RG3. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. 3rd and long. It's Griffin. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, this from 53. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll bring him back within a point. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Andrew Luck now, he gears up to lead this offense again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the air. Luck on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Hard throw, incomplete.
everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
I tell you, on 4th and 1, when you're way back on your side of the field, I thought this might just be an attempt to draw them off and get the first down that way. But they were going for it the whole time, and they wind up getting it.
Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just Denard Robinson by himself. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Denard Robinson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd down, here's Griffin. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key 3rd down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Kendall Langford from his defensive end spot there for the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And his throw here's incomplete. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
On 3rd down, Griffin. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. The Browns send out their punter now. Back deep, Dre Archer. More from Cleveland after this. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Andrew Luck and company heading back onto the field. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point.
Donte Moncrief, touchdown, Indianapolis. Donte Moncrief, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they're going to speed things up here. They'll throw on first down with Griffin. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On second down, Griffin. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good game before he's taken down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Griffin now to throw on third down. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Griffin on second down. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Third and long. It's Griffin. Underneath for Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So we've reached halftime in it. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is a do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting expecting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Now it's Griffin. He finds Coleman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On 2nd down, here's Griffin. Pryor has it complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They come out here in the eye. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The Browns send out their punter now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Browns defense getting ready. Their secondary, their whole defensive unit really struggling. They've given up 3 touchdown passes. That last drive was dominant through the air against them.
They found something that was working for them on offense, and they just kept going to it, just kept throwing the football. So that means an entire overhaul on the defensive side. They need more pressure on the quarterback and obviously need tighter coverage on the receivers.
See if they can get that tighter coverage. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game. Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick. He's been decisive. And he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Little motion now from the tight end. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goal post.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball.
That.
There you go.
Marching onto the field, here's Carlos Williams getting ready to go. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. And almost looks like a...
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 20. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. From the red zone now, here's Griffin on first down. Can't find anyone open. That is caught. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Herman Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns get a score closer. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, try to run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
We get a glance at the Browns defense as they file into position. And with this deficit, let's be honest, it's time for them to get a stop.
And partners, you understand very well from our time together and visiting with coaches, defensive coordinators tend to be a little more emotional, a little more high-strung than others. I have the feeling that speech came out about taking a stand and bowing up in this possession.
Yeah, that's where this word pride comes out, right?
In a big way. So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape of this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long.
He's got daylight. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Colts defense, they worked their way back onto the field. And they gave up a touchdown last drive. You kind of need to hit the reset button after every touchdown given up, Charles.
I love that. And the way that you phrased it is perfect because from series to series, you can reset how the game is going to go. If you gave up a touchdown before, it doesn't mean you have to do it again. And if you made a great play before, you have to reset again anyway because they're going to attack. So I love the way you phrased it and put it out there. That's what they have to do in this series.
Not like when you're playing a video game. You can't hit the reset button here. Let's go.
No, you shouldn't anyway. That's for sure.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On second down, Griffin. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Here's Griffin. Now look out. Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Dante Moncrief. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Robert Griffin III now gears up to lead this offense again. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, though. He's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble. Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A gain of 13 and also a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Now Griffin on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down deep into Indianapolis territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 43 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun, Griffin. And that is caught. Herman Moore. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be second and goal.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. In motion left goes a tight end. And they'll run it here. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. And the play clock's running down. And now here's a carry heading left. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll run here with Robinson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Partner.